Hello guys, Golden Diamond 945 here, and welcome to the first episode of a new series I'm starting, and hopefully this one will actually follow through and be as cool as I'm hoping it will. This is on the game Men of War Assault Squad 2, and I'm not really running any mods that would change this battle. And so what the scenario I'm doing is, and what the series is going to be about, is what if right after World War II, the Americans and British allied up and went to war with the Soviet Union. Now, I mean, it might be a little far-fetched, even if there was a real plan that was developed by Britain that never followed through because it was a crazy idea. But even so, it'd be interesting to see kind of, a battle go down between the two. I mean, obviously the Americans are probably going to lose, but it depends how these battles turn out. First one is during the winter. It's on the Eastern Front, somewhere in Eastern Europe, Russia, most likely at least. And so the Americans are marching through the streets and making their way towards Russia. And while the Americans are doing that, over here there is a supply vehicle driving down this road heading over to where the Americans are marching. So I'll get the scenario started and we'll continue. Alright. So by the way, this series will not have any HUD. I will show the kill counts at the end, and there will be the little bit of text while the tanks are being damaged and stuff. That's just to make it easier to see what's happening. But yeah. I've kind of really wanted to do one of these, and I've developed this scenario a while ago. And I'm really excited to finally, do something with it. Hopefully this will develop to be a very fun and exciting series. I'll take the information that you guys make and hopefully use it in here. If you guys want to give ideas for what the how the battle should go, what battle should happen, what tanks and stuff should actually be used. Because I like history, but I don't do a lot of research on what vehicles they should use. I mostly just place down stuff that I would assume they would use. I'm not even sure if this is a Russian vehicle. I know the tanks are for each faction correct, but this vehicle right here, I have no idea. Right around this bend is going to be where the first battle takes place. And it looks like the Americans have spotted the vehicle and are firing on it. They don't want to get spotted. So it looks like the driver might have had a little bit too much vodka and isn't giving up on trying to drive down this road. And the vehicle will probably explode right now. You guys should probably stand back. I think it's going to explode. Nope, okay. From what I can guess though, they probably radioed in for backup. Yeah, I called that was gonna happen. But yeah, from what I can guess though, the Russians probably radioed in that they were just being attacked by Americans most likely. And as you can see over here, the Russians are sending a squad to go deal with whatever's going on down here. They don't know. They were just allied with these people a few years ago. And it looks like fighting is broken out between the two factions. What happens? Americans are holding their ground so far, but I'm not sure how long they'll be able to continue this. It does look like the Russians outnumber them right now. And they're also in a much tighter formation. Americans radioing in for backup. Who knows if it's going to need them here in time, though. Each faction has very similar weapons, I believe. The Americans have machine guns, and the Russians don't, but besides that, it should be pretty evenly matched. Ooh, and here we go. It looks like the American backup has arrived with tanks. Nice. Americans should be able to push forward as long as the Russians don't come back with any tanks or anything. Hopefully with this new fire power, the Americans will be able to push forward into Russia. Stop this communist threat from traveling through because that's what they thought. Oh, and there it is. Russians have got backup, and they now have a T something. I haven't memorized my tank, sorry guys. But it's a medium tank, I know that. A lot of firepower, but the Americans have a pretty nice tank. We'll take that back. We have two very nice looking tanks. Ooh, their track's broken there, though. They're not going to get moving anytime soon. And they're dead. Okay, then. Never mind, they have one tank again. Ooh, but their tank's gone, too. Inside. You're probably going to die, cook inside of your own tank, essentially. The Americans are finally pushing up. Looks like the Russians may not be able to win this after all. This isn't going to be a lot of battle, obviously. They know they'll come back. They'll fight back harder. But looks like this battle may be lost. The Americans outgunned them. And were able to get their backup there first. Severely limited to what the Russians could do. Russians do have another tank from the looks of it. I'm not sure if it's still up though. Honestly, can't tell. Doesn't seem to be moving, however. I can only assume it's probably broken down on the way to the battlefield. Man, if they had that tank, they may have had more of a chance here. Must have either gotten shot before it got there or broken down on the way. But yet, it looks like the Americans are finishing off all the Russians they can. They no longer have the benefit of surprise here. They're going to have to fight the Russians with the Russians knowing what they're up against. Oh look, the tank is actually alive and moving now. Not sure what took it so long. It's definitely taking out a lot of these guys here. And now it's dead. But hey, it tried. So yeah, you guys tell me if there's any other scenario ideas you'd like to think of. Running more than one series would be kind of nice, but at the same time, you gotta remember right now I'm using maps that just come with the game, but at the same time it's because it's in the current time period. My big goal is I'm waiting until Red Rising Mod 3.1 comes out, and then I'll be able to do modern day scenarios, modern day things, instead of World War II. But this is kind of cool in my opinion. It's a little bit of alternate history, which is one of my favorite subjects. We're here for the last few Russians here to get either bled back or killed. And we will have to see the death toll here, how many died on each side. It looks like there's a few more left, maybe. Can't tell. Firing at someone.
Keep moving.
Looks like they must be all dead at this point. Yep, it looks like the Americans are just kind of finishing up the scout here. Now they're all returning to continue their move forward. Alright. Let's see here. The Russians in yellow and the Americans are in red. You can tell the Americans took quite a few casualties up here. Took some here because of the explosion. But you can tell the Russians definitely took the brunt force of the damage here, but at the same time they did outnumber the Americans. When I was setting up, the Russians had more people than the Americans did.
Oh gosh.
Looks like those American tanks, though, when they got the first attack, took out, quite a few of those Russians before the tanks could arrive on the Russian side. they also had the element of surprise, basically. Russians weren't expecting this attack. They didn't have as many men as they could have. Especially since they were allies during the war, albeit an easy alliance. But still, Russia was willing to trust that they wouldn't kill each other right after the war. Keep in mind that this is very, very early, right after the war. Like, Japan was basically just signing the treaty when this happened. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It would definitely help me out in developing these scenarios, make them bigger, grander, hopefully more detailed, better lore and story, because lore is one of my favorite parts in these things. Sure, the action is really fun to look at, and it's cool to see things explode, but it's also the story behind why things are exploding that can be some of the coolest things to watch. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.